This is a good camera. I can actually zoom. Hey guys, so today we're going to be doing an Invisalign update. I said that really weird. Invisalign. I've been getting a lot of requests for me to do an updated one of these. So I'm going to include my experience with my last appointment that I just had this past Monday. Today is now Wednesday, so a couple days ago. And I'm going to include a little Q&A part in this as well because I get a lot of questions. So I decided to ask you guys on Instagram a little while ago to ask me some of your most common questions, I guess, of Invisalign. Granted, I did do a Q&A part, I believe, in the first Invisalign video, and I'll link all of my Invisalign videos down below if you're curious, if you haven't seen any of them, or you're new here or something. I have Invisalign. I'm not wearing them right now, though, but I'll get into why I'm not. So let's get started. So my last appointment was an interesting one and a little traumatizing, not gonna lie. My anxiety beforehand was severe. I actually almost had a panic attack in Olive Garden the night before, or the day before rather, and I almost passed out in the middle of Olive Garden. It was very strange and I felt really bad for my friends that were there, but they're supportive and they understand. So this last appointment, what we did is he removed most of the attachments or buttons or whatever on my teeth, which was probably the worst part of it all. I have some footage for you. He uses like this little device where he hooks it on the tooth and scrapes it off, but it literally felt like he was taking my teeth with it, and it hurt really, really bad. But it's a very horrifying sound. It sounds like he's crunching your teeth into little pieces, and you feel the pieces just all in your mouth, and it's very scary. But it goes by pretty quickly and it's really not a big deal, and then he has to drill the flash off or whatever, which is like the excess that is on your teeth still after he pops them off, and that part hurt a little bit as well. He actually got rid of my chipped tooth, so he was sanding all over the place. I didn't even know. Some of the teeth hurt, some didn't, so it just kind of depends on how sensitive your teeth are. Part of my dental anxiety comes from having very sensitive teeth and that I feel a lot of things. I actually have really thin enamel, so it can be really painful, just simple things for normal people. So then they did another rescan of my teeth to, you know, get a new image of them. I'm in what's called the refinement period, and they do that at the very end of your Invisalign. So I'm at the end, guys. I'm so excited. They take off everything and then they rescan your teeth, and then they put in a new order and do some minor alterations, and that takes about 5 weeks to come in. And so he said I only have to wear those for about 12 to 13 hours a day for the next 5 weeks. From going from 22 hours a day to 13, I can do that. It's so nice. I pretty much have it out all day, and it's more like wearing a retainer than anything. And my teeth aren't shifting in the next 4 or 5 weeks, which is really nice. It's a nice break. In case you guys didn't know, I was doing 1 tray a week, which is a sped up process, which means I was constantly in pain. Normally it takes about 2 weeks to adjust to a full tray, and so we just ignored that and decided to speed up the process, but I'm done in a year, so I can't really complain. I don't know if this happens with everybody. He kind of didn't even ask me. He's just like, yeah, we'll just do 1 tray a week, and I was like, okay. I'm okay with it though. It means I'm done early and I'm very excited. I should show you some before and after pictures, right? People care about that, right? I don't know what pictures I'm gonna pick yet, but here's some before and afters so you can kind of get a feel. I highly recommend, if you have dental anxiety, to have someone there with you that you're comfortable with, because then you constantly have something familiar around you, which can really help. If you can't do that, then I would recommend like your favorite CD or your favorite music. Just play it in some headphones because they're not gonna care. Now let's get on to the Q&A part of the video. The first Q&A was kind of like the pain in the beginning and the cost and things like that, so the price and everything. If you're curious about that, I will link that video, of course, down below. So, you know, I'm not going to really address price or anything now, but more like in-depth, like now that I've had the experience of Invisalign. Do you think it's just as effective as the metal bracket braces, and do you think the Invisalign would be faster? Well, like I just said, I did 1 tray a week, which is quite sped up. I can't say if it's just as effective as metal braces. Obviously, it straightened my teeth, so I would say it is very effective, and you don't really get plaque buildup like you can with metal braces because you take it off to brush and you get all your teeth. Your teeth look amazing. Thank you, first and foremost. My question is regarding cost. Oh, well, I guess I'm gonna address cost. In your research, have you found that places will work with you on a monthly plan to afford it? Oh, that's why I picked this question. Yes, I actually am doing monthly payments. I pay $162 a month, and that'll be for 21 months. Usually they'll do a monthly plan for you if you can't like afford it up front, which that's a lot of money, so I don't blame you. I can't. How long? Okay, this is more payment questions in here. How expensive are they? Is their payment plans? And then I picked this question for this one. How long did it take you to get used to them? Love you and your channel so much, by the way. Thank you. The pain for me never really went away because I was in a sped up process. Like I would take them out and then I wouldn't be in pain and I'd eat and whatever, brush my teeth, and when I go to put them back in is when it would hurt again. But usually maybe 4 days in, the pain would subside for the most part to where it's not even like a thing. It's not even in the forefront or anything. Does Invisalign give you a lisp? Are the buttons that they put on your teeth noticeable? What did you think of the whole Invisalign experience? Okay, there we go. Yes, Invisalign does give you a lisp, however you get adjusted to it. So whenever I'd switch to new trays or I'd put them in after having them out for a little while, I would have a lisp for like 30 minutes to an hour. The buttons are noticeable, you can see them. I can't show you right now, but there are pictures I have, I believe, where you can see the buttons. I'll try and put them here. I think I have pictures where you can see the buttons. You can just tell that your teeth are kind of more 3D than usual. Overall, what do you think of the whole Invisalign experience? Painful and stressful, only because of my dental anxiety. If you don't have that, it'll be a walk in the park for you. Pain, honestly, is very tolerable. It's just my anxiety feeds into it. I overreact, and I have a low pain tolerance. So those things mean I have a very painful experience with it. And it's really not that bad. Like, I don't want to scare you guys into thinking it's excruciating, like you're getting a filling with no Novocaine. It's not like that at all, and it's all goes by really, really quick. So any kind of pain that you would feel is fast as far as in the appointment. And then the pain you get with having them in and adjusting your teeth, you can adjust to really quickly. It's kind of, it's a familiar feeling. It becomes familiar after a few months. It's kind of like, oh, okay, it's like comforting. It's like my teeth are moving now. And it's actually a good kind of pain. You're like, I know it's working. So in a way it's comforting. I want to get Invisalign, but I'm nervous I'm not a candidate. Was there ever any doubt that you would be a candidate, or did you just run into any problems during the initial visit? The ortho that I go to is Dr. Holt, and he is unbelievable. I'll have all his info down below. He has 3 offices in NorCal if you're in the area. Highly recommend it. He actually teaches Invisalign across the country, so he's a very high expert for Invisalign. I always thought I wouldn't be a candidate because I had missing teeth, and which I still have, by the way, and I'll do a vlog when I do my implants for teeth, which will be in a few years. But I had like the one tooth that was way back, and so I never thought I would be a candidate, and he looked at it like it was nothing. Like, of course you're a kid. Like, you know, it was never a question to him. Love this question. Is the pain tolerable for someone with a very low pain tolerance? Well, as I talked about the pain, I personally have a very low pain tolerance, and yes, the pain is absolutely tolerable. You will complain, and people will have to get used to that because I complain a lot, especially when I first put in a new tray. You're kind of in control in a way. Like when you take it out, it's not like someone's inflicting pain on you. It's kind of a hard concept to explain, but you kind of feel in control with it, and as I said, it's kind of a comforting pain because you know it's working. So if that makes sense. Are the results permanent? If so, how can they cram 2 years of braces into 1 year? Not sure if those time frames are correct. Correct me if they're wrong. No, you're pretty much right. 21 months is the span of my Invisalign journey, what it was supposed to be. And yes, they are permanent. It's just like metal braces. So I'll wear a retainer the rest of my life. But generally, yes, they're permanent unless I lose my retainer or something, then my teeth might shift back. But the good thing about Invisalign, if you keep your trays, you can always go back for free. Is it annoying having to take it out every time you eat? P.S. Love you. Love you too. Yes, it's very annoying. It's actually, for as unembarrassed as I get embarrassed trying, you know, to take it out in public when I'm by myself. When I'm with someone, couldn't care less, I just pop them out. For some reason, when I'm by myself and I'm at school and I'm trying to drink a cup of coffee, I gotta like take it out, and sometimes it can be loud, like the popping sound, so people are like, what is that? But then it's just like, you just do it because you have to, and it just ends up not being a big deal. It's like, hello, can I help you? Like, I'm just taking my Invisalign out, thank you. And my friends will vouch that it is quite annoying to have to take it out every time, because they'll like get a drink or food and be like, oh, you want some? You should try this. And I can't trays. it's not worth taking them out. If I'm just gonna have a bite or a sip of something, I have to make the time worth it. What's the deal with trying to wear any lipstick or lip liner? I fail every time with mine in. Also, do you feel your liners come loose when it's time to switch them out? I did feel like that in the first part of the journey because I was doing one tray every 2 weeks, but since it's a tray a week for me, it never really fully adjusts, so they never become loose, but I know that feeling. Lipstick and lip liner is a struggle, let me say. Liquid lipsticks are your best friend, and make sure they're dry before you like talk or anything. Now, I have worn regular lipstick and lip liner in videos, as you guys know, with my trays in. Sometimes it can get all over the trays. I have a video that was hilarious. Lipstick all over the trays, and that can stain, by the way, so you have to be really careful. Generally, I go without. In day-to-day life, I don't even wear lipstick anyway, so it's really not a big deal for me. But if I had any suggestions, the liquid lipstick is the best way to go. Yes, tell us about the making out. I mentioned before how if making out was an issue or not, and no, it's not. Granted, I'm with a guy who does not care what I smell like. I brush them like twice a day, I think, just to keep them clean, because especially in the morning, because you brush your teeth to get rid of morning breath, but you gotta brush your trays too because they smell like morning breath still. So sometimes I get self-conscious that the trays themselves smell, which they do, by the way. And the last question about eating. Are there certain foods like acidic or chewy, etc. that you can't have or should be wary of having Invisalign? Yes, you're not allowed to chew gum. You can't chew chewy things, although I kind of do anyway. I love jelly beans because they can rip your attachments off. As far as acidic and like things like wine, you definitely want to wait some time before you put your Invisalign back in, and do not brush your teeth right away after you've had something acidic like soda, orange juice, wine, because that will spread the acidity on your enamel and will basically wear down your enamel. It's like brushing your teeth with acid. You don't, I just did that a lot. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. Definitely what I would do is if I've had wine, I'll wait like 30 minutes, drink a lot of water after to like swish it out, and then I'll go brush my teeth and put my trays back in. I think most of it's common sense. Like if it's chewy or too hard, also you're not gonna be able to eat hard foods for a while because your teeth will be sore and it hurts really bad to chew hard food. They're actually gonna recommend to you to eat soft foods, especially in the beginning. But just common sense, if it's something acidic or even coffee, just wait a little bit to let your mouth kind of balance out the acidity of your mouth. That was a lot of info to get through, and this video is kind of long. I apologize for that, but I wanted to make these videos as informational as possible to help anybody who is thinking about it, going through it. I've seen a lot of you get it since I've had it, and I'm just so proud of all of you guys because I know it's a huge step. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed. Make sure to leave any comments, questions, or your experience down below. I love talking to you guys about this because I just like talking about it. So leave that down below. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.